Hello and welcome. At a time when we talk about big losses to the film industry in multiple languages, comes this very fascinating and very comprehensive kind of an investigation by the Hyderabad Cybercrime Police, who are talking about busting a piracy network that had estimated loss of that had caused an estimated loss of 3,700 crore rupees. Just to give you an idea, in the year 2023, the estimated loss due to piracy, both because of theatre as well as content from OTT being stolen, was about 22,300 or 400 crore rupees. And this particular network that has been busted by the Hyderabad police has been put forth by the Hyderabad Police Commissioner C.V. Anand on his last day in office before Mr. Sajjanar takes over as Hyderabad Police Commissioner. This is a network that is operated over multiple states and multiple languages as well. Of course, the Telangana police and Hyderabad police have been at the forefront of fighting the piracy in films, and not just in Telugu, Tamil, Kannada or Malayalam, Hindi as well as Hollywood films here. And what they are talking about is these individuals who have taken very sophisticated means in order to pirate films and make huge amounts of money and cause big losses to the film industry. Not just the producers and the directors and the biggies in the film industry, but thousands of workers, technical staff and others who depend on it for a livelihood are hit because of piracy. What happens is that after film's release, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for it to come on OTT, and very often people don't want to spend the money in the theatres or don't want to wait till it releases on OTT, and therefore they go for these pirated kind of versions that come on pirated websites. The network that has been cracked includes arrest of 5 people, notices being issued to 5 others. Ashwini Kumar, for instance, from Bihar, is said to have in fact hacked the servers of digital companies, the main servers from where he was able to get the HD copies, and he had sold them to Telegram and other platforms for as much as $800 per film itself. Somebody called Cyril Raj, who has been now identified as the mastermind of this entire operation, he was actually having virtual servers in Paris, 2 virtual servers in Paris, and he was getting these pirated copies from multiple people, whether they would get it as I mentioned earlier, the HD version, which is considered the biggest kind of loss causing kind of a piracy method, getting it through the servers, hacking of the servers in the digital studios, or hacking the distribution network, or directly recording through camcorders or cell phones or other hidden devices and in the theaters itself. And each of these people who was recording it and giving the copy was being given about $150 per person for the films that they were recording in this manner and passing it on. So this man Cyril Raj actually had virtual servers that he was operating, and he is using a lot of technology. What is distinguishing or very distinct about this entire operation is that they were communicating through channels like Telegram. They were using platforms like Torrent, Telegram, and also websites promoting gaming or illegal betting and so on and so forth. And they were the police has warned the public also that piracy is not something that you get free of cost, and therefore you're getting something free, and therefore people are tempted to use it. But they point out that this is very often a bait in order to trap you, in order to get your personal information, mine your personal information, and use that to fraud you in a cyber online or other manners in which you get defrauded. Very often happens because you are using these kind of pirated sites itself. So I want to go into the details of what this is. I already mentioned about the scale of this operation, and let's just get into the details. So what the films that they were talking about is not just Hit, the third case, Single, Kubera, Harihara Veeramallu, of course that is Pavan Kalyan's film, which have been kind of put on illegal websites like One Tamil Blasters or 5 Movies Rules or One Tamil MV. All of those are websites that put out pirated films, and that is where all this was being loaded. So all this started with a complaint in the month of May, where the Yerra Manindra Babu, representing the anti-video piracy cell of the Telangana Film Chambers of Commerce, he reported that a film single that was released on May 9, 2025 and hit the third case released on 1st May had been pirated and illegally circulated online on the very day that they were released. And the pirated HD versions, of course, were traced to popular websites like the One Tamil Blasters, 5 Movie Rules and One Tamil MV, and they used preliminary findings of the forensic watermarking pointed towards leakage from the theatre itself. So there were multiple sections under which the case was booked, whether it is 66 C and E of the IT Act, 318 read with 338 BNS, multiple sections of course that have been booked for the kind of violations that happened. So what the Telangana Cyber Police or Hyderabad Cyber Police did was also coordinate with the I4C, which is the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, and got access to portals like Samanware, from where they were able to track the movement of this entire digital money. What marks out this entire operation is that they were not operating in Indian rupees, which could have been having bank trail, but they were using this kind of a cryptocurrency in order for all the payments to be made through this. So the main accused is in this case Cyril Raj. Ashwini Kumar is only 21 years old and he is a resident of Bihar, and he is said to have in fact been an expert at hacking the servers in the digital studios to be able to get the HD version. Cyril Infant Raj is from Karur in Tamil Nadu. He is called as the mastermind. Jana Kiran Kumar is from East Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh but living in Vanasthalipuram, which is Rangareddy, Hyderabad, and Sudhakaran is again from E Road in Tamil Nadu, and Arsalan Ahmed is a resident of Goa but somebody who is a native of, he is a resident of Bihar and is a native of Goa. And the movie piracy happens in two manners. Like I mentioned, one is of course getting it directly, the HD version, from the studios by hacking or the hacking of the distribution networks, or directly recording on camcorders right through the while the first release itself happens in the theaters. So they use the operation of the website is done using virtual machines, and two of these virtual machines was bought by Cyril Raj, who had placed them in Paris location, and it was used to from one dedicated server hosting company to store all the pirated movies, to operate the One Tamil Blaster website, Telegram application, Gmails, Proton mail accounts and other operations related to the website operation besides using VMware. So HD movies that have been bought in this pirated movie, they were distributed through the Telegram channels, through the torrent as well, and through also gaming and illegal betting websites, through which they used it for promotion. And what this person was doing was, for instance, this Ashwini Kumar was doing was that he would hack the main thing, copy them onto servers. The movies were copied to the servers of the digital media companies and then given to these kind of betting organizers, Telegram piracy groups as well, which includes HD Movies, Filmy Zap and World for Free, which were operated by an admin of the Telegram user, and he was charging as much as $800 per movie, and that was received in crypto. And he got it through, there are obviously the names that I mentioned of Noble was one thing, Ashmit Singh alias Noble is one thing, through which he got all this. So he has created and managed the piracy website onetamilblasters.net, and Cyril Raj I'm talking about, he had created and managed the piracy website One Tamil Blasters. He distributed through other piracy content through other illegal sites like One Tamil Move and Movie Rules, and he has been operating two virtual machines, Proton mail accounts, Telegram accounts, Cloudflare, Cloudvastra, and he has received remuneration of $10,000 per month in cryptocurrency by allowing the promotional content and advertising on the online betting sites. In fact, he coordinated and paid about $150 per movie for people who would do the in-theater recording, and he has uploaded as many as 500 pirated movies since 2020, earned about 2 crore rupees in cryptocurrency. That would show you the scale of this particular operation that we are talking about. And he has in fact demanded from betting and gaming apps such as 1x Bet, Forra Bet, Rajpet and Pari Match for increasing the monthly remuneration to $30,000. Then there is Sudhakaran, who joined a Telegram group, and he provided instructions on illegal recording of movies in theatres, and he accessed these popular piracy websites. And his first assignment was Nai Sekar in SRK Theatre, Coimbatore, and he would upload and transfer through WeTransfer, and received crypto payments through the to his blockchain.com wallet, and he recorded and uploaded as many as 35 South Indian films. That includes Tamil ERM, Veram, Varalaru Mukyam, Kurudi Atam, Sinam, and Telugu Radhesham, Dasara, Lucky Bhaskar, Daku Maharaj, and Kannada and Malayalam films, as well as other films as well. And Jana Kiran Kumar again used his iPhone 14 Plus to concealed in his shirt pocket and recorded the movies after booking his tickets on Book My Show, and he recorded as many as 100 movies in the theaters and received about $300 to $400 per movie in Bitcoin. Then this Arsalan Ahmad is someone who again recorded movies in the theaters, and he received 135 USDT per movie from Cyril Raj to his Binance wallet. So the police have now seized electronic items, CPU, hard disks, dongles, laptops, pen drives, webcam, memory cards, and other processors, and of course the entire team to get the credit for it. And the public has been advised that if you support or engage in any piracy, including recording or even sharing of pirated content, it can lead to imprisonment of up to 3 years and fine of up to 2 lakh rupees, and not to fall prey to online gaming and betting apps promoted through their advertisements on pirated movies, and that it can lead to your identity threat and spread of malware and infringe on your data privacy as well. And it also points out that the Telangana Gaming Act of 2017, playing games or betting with money at stake is an offence in Telangana, and to refrain from engaging in any form of movie piracy, and to report any kind of this kind of piracy activity to the cybercrime authorities. And the producers have been told that you must be more vigilant while making and distributing the content, and use robust forensics and watermarkings to attack the origin of the policy. And the cinema theatres have been told to deploy adequate manpower at cinema theatres to strictly deter any cinegoers from recording off the screen, and pointing out that camcording is the second biggest threat to the film industry. And then the advisory to the hosting companies, the ISPs and the intermediaries, that you must be vigilant against criminals using your services to engage in digital piracy, and that intermediaries cannot shy away from your responsibility. And once you are notified about any illegal activity like digital piracy, you must be proactive in flagging them and engage with the stakeholders in rooting them out. And inaction can also cost creative economy and the social well-being of the public. And lastly, advisory to the digital media companies, saying that they are handling copyrighted content worth hundreds of crores every week, and they must deploy superior security protocols in their servers, systems as well as processors, and must engage in qualified resources to remain vigilant at all times against any kind of compromise in the server security protocols. That the HD content leakages are the number one threat to the film industry and all creators, and therefore cyber security measures such as firewalls should be strengthened, and that the digital cinema system needs to implement censoring technologies in cinema theatres to detect or prevent the use of movie recording devices. So both digital companies and cinema theatres are of course very much a part of the cinema ecosystem, and their survival is critically linked to the survival of the cinema, and therefore they must do all they can to protect the cinema from digital piracy. And the Telangana police pointing out that they have been at the forefront of fighting all this, and that the industry and law enforcement should work closely in order to ensure that this kind of content does not find its way into any of the platforms and for people to watch, causing loss to all the creators who take so much of effort and put in so much of money and effort in creating their content for the theatre as well as for the OTT platforms as well. So this huge kind of an investigation, almost like a should I say like a film itself, because the way the operation is happening across countries using cryptocurrency and using very hidden means of communication has remained hidden for so long. In fact, Cyril has been accused of storing as many as 500 movies over the last 5 years. In fact, in that servers that he had hidden away all the pirated content that he had put there. So there could be many more operators like this, and therefore vigilance is the big word. Thank you so much for watching.